not one, not two, but three near death experiences, a glimpse of what lies beyond. Would you choose to stay or come back? Hello, how are you today? I'm Nasreen from the Japan Reiki Association's Canada chapter, based here in Toronto. Whether you are feeling wonderful or could use a little extra energy today, I'm so glad you've joined me. And just so you know, I am sending a wave of Reiki in the background, only if you are open to receiving it. First, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude. Your presence here, your support, and your thoughtful comments truly brighten my day. Knowing these stories resonate with you inspires me to keep sharing. So, thank you. Today, I want to share a story that's deeply personal to my friend Yoko. She's someone I admire deeply, president of our association and an entrepreneur since the age of 17. Her logical, no nonsense approach to life might make this story surprising. Yoko has experienced not one, not two, but three near death experiences. Yes, three. What would you do if you were offered a glimpse of what lies beyond this life? Would you choose to stay or come back? Yoko faced that choice three times, and her story is nothing short of incredible. And let me tell you, these weren't fleeting moments of dreams. These were vivid, life changing experiences. If it had happened just once, she might have brushed it off as imagination. But three times? That's not something you can dismiss. She was hesitant to share this story, and honestly, so am I. But it's important because her insights have the power to change how we think about life, death, and what lies beyond. I have my beliefs, and even after listening to Yoko's experience, I am hung up on some of my beliefs. But that's okay because this is Yoko's experience and her perspective, and she is certain there is nothing to fear. Before we dive into Yoko's experience, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what death really is? Maybe you felt unsure how to answer a child who asks, "What happens when we die?" Or maybe you've avoided thinking about it altogether. Even among adults, death is often a taboo subject. We avoid it, fearing the unknown or associating with loss and suffering. But why? I recently saw a video by a hospice nurse who works with palliative care patients. She said something that struck me. Why do we wait until someone passes to celebrate them? Why don't we share our love while they're still here? It made me think about how much of a fear around death holds us back from fully living and expressing love. Yoko's story speaks to this fear, not to dwell on it, but to release it. Her hope is to bring comfort and insight, offering a glimpse of what might lie beyond this life. Yoko's near death experiences happened under different circumstances, some through illnesses, others through accidents. Each time she reached the brink of crossing over, and each time she returned with a profound sense of peace and clarity. If you are skeptical, I completely understand. So was Yoko. In fact, she's never spent much time watching others' accounts of near death experiences. Her story is her own, a deeply personal journey that she's sharing with the hope that it might bring comfort to others. Near death experiences are unique to each individual, but there are patterns. Yoko's experience starts with a detachment from the physical body. In her words, it's as if her spirit or transparent self floats upward, leaving behind all sensations of pain, discomfort, and even strong emotions like fear or sadness. She could observe her surroundings with a calm detachment. In one instance, she saw herself laying in a hospital bed from a perspective above the room. She described watching her body struggling, yet feeling no connection to the physical pain. Instead, she felt incredibly light, weightless, and drawn toward a beautiful, radiant light. This light, she says, is unlike anything on earth. Imagine flying through a kaleidoscope of shimmering colors or soaring weightlessly like a bird above the clouds. It's an experience so peaceful and beautiful that it feels as though all suffering has vanished completely. In each of her near death experiences, Yoko encountered about 50 to 60 glowing beings who seemed to be waiting for her. These beings didn't take human form. While others might see angels or goddesses, Yoko always saw them as orbs of radiant light. Each orb radiated energy and seemed alive, as though they were conscious beings connected to one another. She describes this connection as a unity so profound, it's almost indescribable. This light wasn't just a destination, it was a place where Yoko felt deeply welcomed. She compares it to the feeling of arriving at a hot spring resort in Japan, where the staff warmly greets you, making you feel completely at ease. The glowing beings she encountered radiated a similar warmth, sending waves of welcome that made her feel cherished and loved. For Yoko, this overwhelming sense of acceptance made her want to stay, to cross over fully into their world. In their presence, she felt completely loved and at home, as though she belonged to this luminous space, a realm so serene and extraordinary that it felt like stepping into a higher plane of existence. But there's always a boundary, a line she approached but never crossed. She describes this boundary as leading to a serene and luminous realm, sometimes referred to in Buddhist traditions as the Pure Land, a place of peace and spiritual bliss. It felt like a crossing point between this life and the next. Some traditions speak of it as a river or pathway to another world, a place of overwhelming light, joy, and infinite peace. Beyond these welcoming beings, Yoko sensed something even greater, a realm that felt like it transcended earthly life. She described it as resembling the surface of a vast, sparkling body of water, reflecting light so pure. It felt as if it belonged to another dimension, a place beyond anything we can imagine. And beyond this, where one might expect to see a blue sky, she saw an endless expanse of shimmering white light. The space radiated bliss so immense, it naturally drew her closer as if it were the ultimate destination of peace and joy. Each time, before she could fully cross over, she felt herself being pulled back, snapped back into her physical body. The return was jarring, Gravity, pain, and all the physical sensations flooded back at once. It was overwhelming, but it also reminded her of the profound contrast between this world and the world she glimpsed. Yoko's story challenges the fear many of us associate with death. She believes that for most people, physical suffering lasts no more than about 90 seconds. After that, the spirit detaches and a sense of peace takes over. Even in cases of sudden or tragic deaths, she feels the transition is gentle with little lingering pain. Yoko also wants to share a comforting insight from her experiences. For her, the afterlife wasn't about judgment or punishment, it was about healing, growth, and returning to a state of light and love. While beliefs about the afterlife vary, her story offers a perspective of hope and reassurance, emphasizing the profound peace she felt during her near death moments. For those who grieve loved ones, Yoko hopes to share more in the future about how we can offer prayers and support to those who've passed, helping them find peace and progress on their journey. Death is not an end, it's a reward for a life well lived, a transition to a state of profound peace and joy. Yoko's experiences remind us that there's no need to fear what comes next. If this message resonated with you, or if Yoko's story brought you comfort, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let's start a conversation. What does this story mean to you? And as we reflect on Yoko's journey, I invite you to consider how releasing fear can help us live more fully. That's a big part of why I practice Reiki. It's a beautiful way to let go of fear, embrace peace, and reconnect with light and love. If you are curious about finding your own path to healing, I'd love to guide you. Together, we can take that first step, starting with a smile. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your presence truly lights up my day. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves, share your love generously, and remember, you are always surrounded by light.